The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. On the return from his end zone, Godwin Igwebuike. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out, a third-round pick in 2018. He's made a handful of starts across his 5 previous seasons. Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to throw short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Rudolph now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Flacco from the gun. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
Rudolph's throw into the hands of Pickens. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Rudolph. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Again, it's Rudolph. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. And not a good time for the sack on 2nd and goal. A loss of 6. And now it's 3rd down.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Here's Rudolph. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On fourth down, Rudolph eluding the pressure, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. On first down, Flacco. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. T.J. Watt. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing second and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eye.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, this is Harris. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Rudolph looking to throw it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Mason Rudolph taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Well, these 2 teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically. Because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throw. There he goes, Amari Cooper. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And the Browns have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Completes this one to Pickens. And he goes out right around the 39. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3rd and 2, Rudolph. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now Rudolph. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Rudolph loses the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On the ground, it's Ford. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Again, they turn to Ford. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They run with Ford. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Here's 1st down. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's 1st and goal. Ford. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And it's pandemonium in the dog pound as the Browns are going to win the football game.